Are you
I'm doing wonderful, man. How about yourself? How
good?
you
How's
doing?
how's the ride been for you?
It's been nice. It's been wild. Uh it's been weird watching, the final product. And I got the scripts at first, and like being able to look at everything we shot and the wider vision has been interesting. I'm actually really enjoying it, and I get a bit emotional sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, and I got
Yeah.
to tell you, my favorite scene involving you is when you and Sarah, I believe, are sitting in the church. Is it? And she she's explaining to you like her life story, and it's funny how I was just watching you to see like your progressions and like your facial expressions. You start off smiling and very sympathetic, and then
Yeah.
like a minute or two into it, you're like, "What the hell am I sitting next to?" Right? Like, and let's be clear on one thing. Elgin's a really good guy. Like, we're gonna get to that in a second. Like, he's a really
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
dude. Yeah. So talk about that scene, and am I reading Elgin correctly on that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny because for me when I read it, I had the feeling that this was one of the first people Elgin just had a natural connection with. Those people that you just come across and you're like, wow, I really just um there's something here. I have a connection with this person. I don't know why, but I do. And then as they begin to talk some more, about what they did and things like that, then it kind of throws you off, right? And it's kind of
Yeah.
like, did I get the right read on this person? Um, like who, like they're serious. They actually went. I'm trying not to spoil exactly the things,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
go do this, right? And so that's another moment of like vulnerability where I'll just like, shoot, like who is this person, right? Like, is there nothing I could trust in this town? And then for me, it was then he tries to save face, maybe to win back whatever connection that there was, whatever trust that he could find from this person.
Mm,
But yeah, overall, I think
yeah.
you're pretty close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just they're alike too because they both have the type of seizures that really have their bodies they convulsing, right? I don't know if there's
Yeah.
anybody else that has that. I mean, Boyd is kind of a different thing, but I feel
Mhm.
like I feel like
Ethan as well. I think in the first season too.
yeah,
That it's
El
like that. Yeah.
Elgin and Sarah have it to the point where they are completely out and like shaking and like you could see what they're thinking about. I think that's a common thing that Sarah and Elgin have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
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 Elgin's the kind of guy. So we have this new bus of people. Elgin's the kind of guy you want in a community like this, right? Because he's a good
Mm,
dude. He's a good dude. He's selfless. He's about other people.
that's
Versus like
right.
versus like a Randall who's a loose cannon who may or may not be a good guy, right?
Yeah.
You know that Elgin is just a really, really good dude, right, Nathan?
Yeah. Yeah. You feel that, like at least there's something about him you can trust, right? There's something about him that no matter how you think about how suspicious you may get, like there's an honesty to him, I think, an honesty, or more so, I guess, uh, an honest like vulnerability. Like
Mm,
he's very, very sensitive to the people around him and the people he cares about. And I feel like that's innately that's what I think what really makes people more good compared to others is like how truly they're going to care for someone and how honest and sincere they're going to be. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good addition. My favorite scene, and I think the rest of the uh from community is going to watch it this week. It's 206, one of my favorite episode by far, and there's been a lot of
206
good.
coming up this week.
I
Uh-oh.
think I've seen it, but so like they send me
Yeah.
out the episodes ahead of time, so I get a chance to screen them. But like, and then I go talk to people on Reddit or Facebook. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I do want to talk a little about 206. I think it's really important because Elgin risks it all. Like he go because this
Yeah.
is, and I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, but Ellis is stabbed, and there's no way for him to get to town, and then
Yeah.
Elgin just risks it all, and like you're up there looking for keys, like you risk it in a sense that if those keys aren't there, it's game over. Like because they're all the creatures are walking at you. Talk
Yeah.
about that scene, Nathan, because talk about like a panic moment for a fan watching. Oof, that was
Oh
good
yeah, no.
stuff.
It's real, and I think one thing I love about From is they really do make it like easy, like the people are really there. I didn't even get to see the creatures really until we get ready to shoot or blocking. So there's a lot of there's a lot of help that the creative team does to make it as natural and honest as possible, right? So it was anxious though, because watching them just walk forward on you like that, it's the most creepy feeling. And I'm looking for the keys and I can't find them, And there's a moment there that was kind of an accident, which they picked up, where I dropped the keys. That was completely like that wasn't exactly what's supposed to happen, right?
Oh,
Actually,
okay. All
what
right.
happened, like I dropped the keys, I'm trying to find them, and that was like something that just happened in a moment, right? And that's yeah, but it is true. It was a fun thing and timing. Like when we first shot it, I think it was a shot almost like a oneer, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that camera following. So um, it really did cause you to be super heightened. You had to be right on and really hit your spot and all that. So it was a dream. It was a more like a nightmare, but yeah, it was a fun thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah, it was great scene to watch too.
yeah.
And the creatures are so nice, and then they're not. And then it's
I
like,
know.
it's like it gets you into that like that believability, but it's just not there. You talked about that shot. It's one of my favorite shots in the van where the camera is panning to Ellis and Fatima, and then
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it pans to you and what you're seeing out the window. Whoever set that up, that is awesome cinematography. Like I am totally waiting for that van to crash, Nathan. Right? I'm looking at Nathan, but it's like, don't crash, like because you can't. The audience can't see like they can see kind of out the window, but like they can't see what
yeah,
you see. So it's like
yeah,
you're in the middle of the woods. It's dark, and the creatures are
yeah.
there. Talk about that moment. That added to that, like, oh my god, that
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
anxiety.
terrifying. That was terrifying. And the person who set it up, David, Jack, and Grizz, they're the team there. It was brilliant. Like I was talking about it when I pull the van up through the trees and whatnot, they're all coming, right? They're all coming at me, and it was a lot. So like I had to run around, get Cortion and Ellis and Fatima into the van. And Cortion's an amazing actor, so he's not making it easy on me, right? He's not
Right.
making it easy. He's You really think he's hurt the whole time. So when I put him in there, I run around and I see someone else right outside of the window, right? So that hand that hits the window and stuff, that's all there. That's all like people that are like actually coming, like they're either actors who are actually like trying to get to us.
Right.
It was a fun little game. And
Right.
then yeah, driving around there with the camera panning and stuff. We pull up to the clinic, like um yeah, it was interesting, and it's fun when you're driving, and it's you know it's stuff simple, but of course when you're doing it with a camera rolling, the simple things of just driving and talking become extremely hard, right? So yeah,
Yeah. Not everybody would have risked it too. That's what I'm saying about
no,
like Elgin. He's just a good dude. Not many people would have
yeah,
done that. A few more questions. Thank you for this. The other chance that he takes, this might be more of a circumstance, but like he's out in the woods
yeah,
at dark, and I don't think he knows at the time. But when he runs into Tabitha and Victor, that's kind of a bit of a chance too. What I'm saying,
mm.
like that's like he's out there at night, not really know. I mean, he in this
Yeah,
scene he kind of knows what's going on, but in the previous
yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of stumbles at night. But like that was also a wonderful scene where you're starting to see the evolution of your character and what kind of person he really is.
Yeah, yeah, and I think in contrast to the other one, like when Elgin first, the whole van scene. If I bring it back here too, like the whole van scene, like for Elgin, I feel there's a moment that he feels responsible because he was person that really he was one of the people that started that altercation in the
Right.
kitchen that caused Ellis to get stabbed. So then there's a piece of him that's like, you know what, like I have to make up. These people have been helping me out. I have to, do my due diligence. And I think in the food truck, it's more so of him. He's trying to get to safety. He's trying to get help.
Right. Right.
And there's monsters chasing him, and then with a truck, and there's a man that he doesn't know who he is, standing there with a gun. Um, and from Elgin's perspective, this person's going to kill him regardless of what he says until I think it was it Tabitha? I think it was Tabitha
Mm.
convinced Boyd to let Elgin in. And if Tabitha wasn't there, what would happen? So
Yeah.
he's really trying to figure out like who are the people here and like what can he trust in this town, right?
Yeah. I'm curious to see how your character progresses. Last question. Nathan, this is for you, not Elgin as a character.
Okay, cool,
Are
cool.
you taking the town or are you taking Colony House?
Oh, Colony House. Oh,
Really?
free spirited people, young people, free spirited. They have fun down there. The town, they live they're kind of square, live in the houses. Like nothing really interesting
Hmm.
happens in the town, really, right? Like except
Yeah.
for people dying.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And at night
But
you have more company, you have more people around you versus having
yeah,
just two or three. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Nathan, I love your work. I'm a big fan, and not only with From, but I'm looking forward to what you do in the future, and I'm really excited for what we get to see as fans. Thank you, man. I appreciate this.
Oh man, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Been a pleasure, Derek. Yes,
Ha-
have a good one.
have a great day.